Hey everybody, welcome to some more parking lot thoughts. These will be quick today because I am going to try and get through these before I suffocate in the car because it is hot as can be outside. So that actually brings up the topic of the day, which is discomfort. So while talking about the merits of discomfort, I flat out just told you that I am trying to avoid discomfort of the heat. So I'm not sure what that says about me, but discomfort and learning how to deal with pain and physicality is something that you can get from lifting weights, from physical training, that isn't talked about a whole lot. We talk about all the various health benefits a lot. Yeah, you can lose fat, get stronger, all that kind of stuff, which is awesome. But, also, every time you work out, if you're doing it right, you're brushing up against some discomfort, some pain, and it's not necessarily a lot, but over time, you just keep nudging against that, and as you get stronger, the discomfort increases. If you so desire to go down that path, a lot of us do go down that path. And sometimes we even do this on purpose. For example, I was messing around with rack pulls, trying to build up pressure inside my, you know, entire body, really, just building that pressure you need for a deadlift. So practicing purposely with rack pulls, building that pressure to the point it felt like my head was going to pop off, which, I was purposely putting myself into that uncomfortable, painful state, trying to learn how to, just live in that place so that, I can do the lifts that I want to do. And, sometimes it's just minor discomfort, from working out, going for a jog, and, having your sides ache, that kind of thing. That's discomfort. And learning how to deal with this is a big thing. So I'm training a middle school football player right now, and we're just starting to do this to him where we're cranking up some of the discomfort, and it's just amazing just looking back on some of the things that he would, tell me, oh, well, this hurts a little bit or this is uncomfortable at the beginning of training. In general, my answer was okay. All I would really say about it was okay. um and now, it doesn't hurt, feel like it hurts, and we're not talking about anything like with his joints and stuff. It was just like the bar is rough on my hands. Okay, I mean, I can't do anything about that. And these bars aren't that gnarly. They're actually pretty calm bars. But when you're dealing with a kid, they're not used to that. So, you expose them to it, and then, slowly you turn that dial up. The other day we sent this kid out on a walking lunges that were like probably a quarter of a mile. We just let him go until he couldn't go. And that was the first time we really threw him in the deep water on something like that. But he did great with that. So, we just turned that dial of discomfort, and he's gotten better at handling things. And he's really almost trained himself to the point that we can throw anything at him and he doesn't really feel pain and discomfort and just goes right through it. Very proud of him that he was playing a little league game and got this gash, on his leg. Sometimes you get that sliding and whatnot. But he had, probably a softball, grapefruit sized patch of blood just coming through on his hip there, through his baseball pants. And I mean, he took it like a champ, just right through it, So, I think you can definitely train this. You can get more comfortable. Like, he's just getting used to being uncomfortable. And you see it with a kid, more maybe than an adult. But I think we can all still build this capacity in the gym. There's that whole aspect of getting, building a real relationship, and I call it a relationship with physicality. And we don't have that as much anymore, maybe in society, as what we did, 200 years ago. 200 years ago, you were working more labor. So you like were more in tune with your body. And now, a lot of people don't get a chance to be in tune with their body and just physicality and workload, all these things. And the gym gives you that. And the cool thing about that is it's building this capacity to do things. Um, you get a tree that falls down in your yard during a storm. We just had a big storm last night. There's people that struggle with that. Well, people that go to the gym, they can, pick the tree up, do a day of yard work and handle it. So the chaos is going to come. So yeah, just that comfortableness with the discomfort of that stuff, and that's going to suck no matter what. But it just lets us do more things. For example, a couple years ago, I had to go in and have a hernia surgery done, and when I got done and got through later on that day, I'm just like, and then the next couple of days, I'm like, it doesn't hurt that bad. I'm used to discomfort. I mean, it didn't feel good, but, one of my thoughts was, like I do leg workouts that hurt worse than this, and I literally had some surgeon, go in and slice into me with a knife, and, that wasn't bad. So I just think that this is a skill that, you can kind of get from working out that we don't think about. And it doesn't, it starts to feel like a superpower almost, at some point where it's just like, yeah, I can take that on. And I think where it really comes into play is that every time, the way I think about it is every workout I walk into, I know there's going to be discomfort. It's not going to feel good all the time. A lot of it does feel good and a lot of it feels awesome, but there's going to be those moments where it's just awful. But like, I've built a willingness to walk right into that mental and physical discomfort. And I think if you can build that willingness to just walk into discomfort, I think that can correlate to all sorts of things. You can do the things at work, that the other guy doesn't want to do, or have the hard conversations because your brain is used to that discomfort. You're comfortable in the discomfort because you can get that thing on the other side that you're wanting. So I think that's one of those things that we don't think about enough, and it's reason enough to put yourself into a more adverse situation in the gym sometimes and not increase the risk of injury. But like, if you push yourself harder, then, you might have that capacity to do more things in other areas. And that's today's parking lot thoughts.